Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. First off, thanks for my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, make them below. So sorry it's been a couple weeks since I made any videos. My son's been in town. He had a new F350 come in dually. We've been doing some custom work. It's sitting behind me, you might see a little bit. So I'm going to do a video on that probably another couple days as soon as the rest of the parts come in. It's almost done, not 100%. I'd like to film stuff like that, but we're in a time crunch. He was only here for 2 weeks. We had a lot of stuff we had to get done in that truck, and I just didn't have time to pick up a camera and record everything we've done. So I'll get to today's video. 93 Cobra tail light restoration. I had a friend of mine hit me up. I've had 60 93 Cobras. I wish that was an exaggeration, but it's not. So a lot of people that know me from the past know I've had a lot of 93 Cobras. I've restored a lot of 93 Cobras. I built a Mystic 93 Cobra with a 0304 Cobra drivetrain, painted Mystic, probably back in 07. So that's a lot of people know me. I've restored a bunch of those cars. So I had a friend hit me up. He's doing a restoration, and anybody that's used these new Ford Tooling Dan Carpenter taillights on your 93 Cobra knows that the lines are not painted on, they're taped on. So he sent me a set of taillights to redo for him the correct way. Now, the way they come, there's nothing wrong with them if you're daily driving something and your taillights are just beat up and you just want something that looks better. But most of these guys are restoring these cars. They want them 100% correct. They want them to look the way they came from the factory. And I've been doing them probably since the first set of Dan Carpenter Ford Tooling taillights came out. A lot of you guys out there paint them black. No, these are not supposed to be painted black. If they're painted black, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's your car. You do what you want with it. Doesn't bother me a bit. But for the purists, they want them back to correct charcoal paint. I'm going to show you, I have an original taillight lens set up. I have one that's finished, and I have one that's brand new out of the box with the tape line still on it. I'll show you how I get them correct, the paint that I use, the tape that I use, and my method. Show this real quick. Excuse the mock one back there. So this is an original 93 Cobra taillight, and this is another area right here. This line right here on the reproduction taillights, or Ford Tooling ones, I won't say reproductions. The stripes runs all the way down. Ford did not put a stripe there because you got a marker right here, and I guess they thought it interfered with that bulb. To me, it looks like an unfinished line, but that's how they came. So this is an original Ford one that I use for lining up my tape stripes. So the reason, big reason to paint the stripes on correctly. So I'll take a piece of tape and I mark my original stripes where they go, right there. And I'll transfer it on to the new light in the same spot, and then I'll put another piece of tape right here. If you see the black marker where it's transposed off the original lens, you see how far the reproduction stripes are off from the factory. At least a good 1/8 inch or more, maybe even 1/4. So that's how I do that to get the stripes in the right location. So once those are in the right spot, I'll use fine line tape and I'll run it from here all the way back. This is the center piece that I'll run, this piece of tape right here. And then I'll use 1/4 inch fine line tape all the way down the whole tail light. So once that's done, the center, now this does take forever, guys. It's not a quick process. I'll be honest, I was in the house doing this set this morning for probably 2 hours. It does look 100% better, and a little sneak peek there, that's the finished one. So once you get the fine line tape on there, because you got 3 lines you got to tape up, and it takes forever to do these. So once you get your 1/4 inch fine line tape, you just peel it off, and this is the part that you're going to paint, but it'll run the full length of the tail light. This is just kind of just for demonstration. This isn't completed or finished. This is just to show you how I do it. So once I get all those done, I'll use some masking tape in this area right here. Sometimes you can also use fine line tape, depending on how your stripes are measured from the factory. Some of them are different than others. I haven't seen any that are 100% identical, and I've probably done, I think, 20 sets of these. So walk over here. This tail light lens right here, this one is finished. Let me sit on top of that other one. As you can see, it's painted on the correct gap versus how they come out of the box. This one's correct now, all the way down the way it's supposed to be. I've been doing these for a long time. Everybody's like, man, how do you get the line so straight? I've just been doing it for a long time. There's different methods. You guys can use a tape measure, maybe every 5 or 6 inches to keep your center tape line straight. Once your center one's on, it's pretty easy, but I'll be honest, I've been eyeballing these so long that I've just got pretty good at doing them. Now here's your center stripe. This is missing from the factory, just like the original right here. So, but that's how they turn out when they're done, just the lens part. Now this is the housing over here. A lot of you guys probably get a little scared trying to separate these housings. So this one's already separated. I didn't crack it, I didn't break it. I used my old trusty flat chisel. Sometimes if these taillight lenses are old, they'll already be separated, probably about that much. This pair on this card that I have 193 Cobra left that these came off of. So these were super tight, other than most of the time I'll see them separate. Move these cans out of the way. They separate here first most of the time. So the easiest way is once it separates, you just put this up there and just turn it like this and just walk it around all the way. Now you're gonna hear some creaks and some popping, that's normal. I always try to save these taillights if I can, especially if they can be saved. That light I can sand down and repaint the stripes and everything and have a really nice OEM original 93 Cobra taillight. I do those also, but sometimes these taillights are so faded that they're no longer red, they look pink. Especially I've had some Texas cars, Arizona cars that have looked like this. They just tend to fade out really bad. If they're faded pink, I suggest going with the, like I said, these are the, flip this box over right here. These are made by Dan Carpenter. All your big Mustang houses sell these, late model restoration, CJ Pony Parts, American Muscle. Dan Carpenter is just a manufacturer. You can't buy directly from him unless you're a distributor. So the paint that I use, I get a lot of questions. This is my paint. It's just a Sim 39153 charcoal bumper paint. It is the correct color for 93 Cobra taillights. It's dark. It's a little darker than what they come in from Dan Carpenter, if you see the difference. I think that's why a lot of people think they're black, is because they're a little dark. Some people may think, well, over time they faded, they look more black, and they've got wax buildup and, you know, hard water stains, so they may look black, but from the factory they're charcoal. So this color here is a little too light for the taillights. This is the correct color, the dark charcoal. Now, back over to this. So once you get the taillight itself, where it's separated, you're gonna have, this one's actually in really good shape. Now I see a lot of guys upgrading their Fox body taillights with LEDs and all this other stuff because their taillights are kind of dim looking. So you see this chrome color right here? A lot of times, most of this is gone and it's just black. So you can clean these up really good with some Windex, a scuff pad, tape the area around your square. And normally what I'll use, it's called Bright Reflective. They also make a chrome paint. It says chrome on the can. It works amazing. It pops when you put the new light bulbs in there, stock light bulbs. You don't need LEDs. You turn the lights on, the car just as bright as can be. You know, we forget these cars are almost 40 years old and everything's just, the paint's wore out, the bulbs are wore out, the lenses are faded. You know, once you put, you know, new lenses on something, it just turns out so much better, you know. Also, when you do these, you see the butyl around the edge. I clean all that out. I'll take these metal tabs off. They just pop off. They're kind of a pain. Straight screwdriver only pops them off. LMR does sell a taillight lens install kit. So once you get all them tabs off, if your chrome needs painted, repaint that. Install some fresh butyl all the way around the edge, because that's where your taillight seals up. And most of the time when they're separating, that just means your butyl's dried out. So once I do all that, I put the new clips on it, because in their install clip kit, they also sell comes with clips as well. And this is the, let's see. This here is, I think, the correct lens for that side. So that's just basically setting it on there. And this one, see how bright it is with that chrome back there? Because the lens is new and it's nice and clear. So it looks 100 times better. Like I said, these belong to a customer. I do these for friends of mine that are doing cars, or guys that are just they're too scared to try this out. So, but that's the process I use. Once they're all taped up, I'll scuff them down with a scuff pad, and I'll clean them up with some true grease remover, and then tack rag them off, get all the lint off, and paint them, and then just untape them. So again, guys, sorry it's been a while since I posted a video. This process works for any taillight, LX, 85 GT, anything Fox body, 79 to 82, they're all the same. It's a very simple task to do. It's very easy to do. Don't be intimidated by simple stuff like this. I've probably, like I said, done 50 sets of these taillights. It's not that hard. If any of you guys got any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll leave some in the description below. My Instagram, I got one of those now. I want to send me an email. It's foxjunk73@gmail.com. And again, thanks to all my subscribers. I'm going to try to get some more videos out. Like I said, we've been working on this truck behind me. It's almost done. We're waiting on wheels and something else. I can't say what that is because it's not here yet. I've got more videos coming, more stuff coming. It's just time. New grandbaby was here. Wanted to spend time with family. Apologize. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And those that have, thanks a lot. And if you have any comments, leave them below. Thanks again, and have a good day.